Imagine how weird it would be if my mom and past self were here. I'm sure we'd have a fascinating conversation. So basically, imagine if we entered this room and my mom and 5-year-old me were just standing right here. But it's like a time travel situation where I'm visiting a certain point in my life. I assume my mom would immediately freak out and think I'm some random stranger breaking into her home, when in reality, I'm her daughter from the future. Maybe I'd be able to convince her, but it would be so hard to believe. She'd probably demand a DNA test for proof. I bet 5-year-old me would be excited to see what she'll grow up into. Of course she'd want to know who you are as well, but that'd be easy to explain. You're just a friend. Simple as that. Well, guess we'll find another room now. I sure will miss this place. Holy. I was not expecting this. There's so much to look at. It's a sensory overload. Okay, well, let's break it down one detail at a time. This room is more than just a room. It's a vast open landscape. And the landscape is digital, like we're in some kind of cyberspace. In the distance, we can see a brightly lit neon city. It's nighttime, but there's a sunset on the horizon. And the sun also looks digital. The city is surrounded by ocean, and the beaches are dotted with palm trees. This place is like a night in digital Miami. You know what this is all based on, right? It's stylized after a music genre. Vaporwave. It's music that imbues the listener with a calm feeling of nostalgia, though given what we've been doing thus far, that was probably obvious. There's also subgenres of vaporwave known as synthwave and retrowave, but they're all more or less the same thing, it's just nuance. The aesthetic of this genre is, well, everything I just described. Digital landscapes, neon cities, palm trees, outdated hardware, nightly vibes, psychedelic visuals, retrofuturism, and so much more. Well, come on, let's enter the city. I'll talk more about it there. Ooh, I like how cozy it feels in here. Dim lighting, pastel colors, and it's so quiet. It is weird how this city is completely empty, but that's just liminal space for you. There's nobody here. Did you get it? Nobody here. It's a YouTube video that's the origin of vaporwave. Kinda. I wouldn't call it the direct origin per se. It's more like the influence that sparked the genre's popularity. Have you ever heard of plunderphonics? It's another music genre that's linked to vaporwave. It involves sampling recognizable songs to create new tracks. In the case of Nobody Here, it samples the song Lady in Red sung by Chris de Burgh. There's a point in the song where he says, "There's nobody here," and in this YouTube video, that one line is infinitely repeated at a different pitch. And the background is a never-ending rainbow road leading into a city at night with the visual quality of a VHS tape. Pretty crazy trivia, huh? That video was uploaded on July 19th, 2009. For some reason, I feel like something important happened on July 19th, 2020. Not sure what, though. Well, whatever it is, I'm sure it's an amazing coincidence. Anyway, let's see what's in this vending machine over here. Arizona tea. That's a symbol of vaporwave right there. It's all connected. The green tea can has cherry blossoms on it. Cherry blossoms are synonymous with Japan, and Japan, much like Miami, is another location that's linked with vaporwave. Arizona tea is also part of retro consumerism. It's something you'd see in an old mall, which is fitting because the company itself was founded in 1992, a prime age for liminality. I guess we can just take whatever we want. This isn't a real city. There aren't any laws here. It's basically a dream world where our imaginations run wild, so we can just help ourselves. I could really go for a pina colada right now, just to embrace the Miami night, you know? Oh well, I'm okay with Arizona tea. It's pretty good. Let's head down to the beach. We've been on our legs for quite some time now. It'd be nice to rest up before we keep exploring. Oh, look. There's beach chairs out here just for us. That's too perfect. That feels nice. The warmth of the digital sun is so refreshing, and it looks so pretty. Strangely, it seems that we can just stare at this sun. It isn't hurting my eyes. Probably because it isn't the real sun. The moon is out too, and it's crescent at that. Oh, actually, that reminds me of something. Do you remember Mac Tonight? You've heard of him. That's fair enough. He's ancient history at this point. But he's another symbol of vaporwave. He starred in old McDonald's ads from the 80s and 90s. He sang a parodied version of Mac the Knife. The ads had bizarre and dreamlike visuals. Nowadays, Mac Tonight is known for being in the background of a song called Enjoy Yourself. It's a groovy nightly song that puts you in a good mood. Sometimes, vaporwave feels like a canvas for nostalgia, a way to express your feelings. That's basically what liminal space is. There isn't really a concrete definition for it. It's whatever you make of it. It's about how you feel. You know, if you ever get bored of exploring, you can just tell me. I've mentioned how I have the stamina to last days here, but we obviously can't live in liminal space. You still want to keep going? Really? I think you and I might be addicted to nostalgia. Either that or just escapism. Both. Both is good. I want to keep exploring the city. This is by far the biggest room we've found so far. It's spectacular. I'm sure we could spend hours here. You know, that's another divide that prevents Canadians from becoming Americans. We don't get to see the Super Bowl ads. I keep hearing about this weird Tubi ad, but I didn't see that, so good luck, Americans.